talk to you today. I've invited you here today just to have a conversation around some really exciting things that you're doing on your street in terms of blessing your neighbour. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
Well, having just moved here at the beginning of July, I think it was now, we were so relieved to actually move just after being held up so long with lockdown. And it's so nice to be on the street because we were in a flat before, we didn't have any neighbours. So I guess this is a new thing. And it's been a great street to join because people do seem to be genuinely interested in one another. But it's very easy, isn't it, to stay in your own home, especially as the weather's changed and people aren't out in the gardens so much. So how can you actually naturally build up getting to know people without having to make a big sing-song and dance about it? So that's one bit. And then the other is, along to putting with that, is I've been part of a book group wherever I've lived for the last, I don't know, since about 25 years even. So I've always enjoyed being in this book group, and when I've moved, if there hasn't been one that I could naturally find to join, I've started one up. And so that's what I'm hoping to do locally here. There was one that I started when we were in the northeast, and that's still going now. And it was great. When I left, they gave me a cake and said, "We're really glad you started this group because it's become such an important part of my life." And as you get to know people, there are opportunities to share life. And of those I've known, we supported one person through cancer, another person with big issues with their children, or all sorts of life changes that suddenly you find you're there in a supportive place to be, where you trust one another because you know each other quite well. So actually the books and the reading are important, but not the only thing.
Yes.
So I think a book group is socializing with a purpose. So actually the most important thing is getting together and relaxing over a glass, or it doesn't have to be wine, it could be soft drinks and a few nibbles, nothing so that the host isn't having to go to a lot of trouble to put it on, so it's very dead easy to put on.
And so what would you say to anybody who was thinking of doing something like this, thinking of a book group or some other way of gathering people together and just sharing friendship and blessing one another? What would you say, or how would you encourage them?
I'd say go for it. Go with something you're a bit passionate about yourself, because it's much easier to enthuse other people about something you're enthusiastic about yourself.
Yeah, that's great, Judith. Thank you. I just love the way you're blessing people who live near you and around you, and you're building community. And I think that's what being the church is all about. So thank you for sharing that with us today.